so I made sure to come in fresh. With the exception of Keep Running, I didn't hear any of these songs, okay? Even Money Shower, I seen the music video sitting there and I waited. So right now, just as it stands, I'm gonna say 10 out of 10, just because I don't hear any skips. I think the album's fucking dope. You know what I'm saying? However, I did like that, even though I like the song 30,000 Feet with him and Charlie B, I noticed that it wasn't on here, and I wasn't mad at that. You know what I'm saying? I felt that it was a nice cohesive flow. His bars on the album, on this album right here, has been stellar. You know what I mean? One thing that NorthSideBenji, when I'm listening to this project, it has me thinking, right? A lot of y'all niggas gotta step your fucking game up, bro. Like, his fan base has been waiting for him. And like, I ain't gonna hold you. Sometimes I used to be like, what the fuck's y'all problem? Like, why are you guys waiting and acting so crazy? Like, yo, when's he coming out? When's he coming out? And a little bit of that was salt. You know what I'm saying? A little bit of that was salt. I ain't even gonna hold you. But like, I could understand now. Now when I hear the project, I hear him, you know, focused in the studio, giving you guys a full body of work of why everybody has been so, you know, spazzing, like, you know, like NorthSideBenji'd out, like, yo, when's Benji gonna drop? Like I'm talking about, like, for real. Like, you know, you could be on any stream somewhere and they're talking about Toronto shit. And then the people jump in the comments, but what about Benji though? NorthSideBenji. And there was a space of time where I was like, yeah, he good, but he regular, like, he just regular good. Like, there's other guys who are just as good, no? You know what I'm saying? And then I seen the Fire in the Booth freestyle with Charlie Sloth, both of them. And I was like, I might have to like remove a little bit of that salt from my spaghetti, you know what I'm saying? My petty spaghetti, right? And I'll tell you why. We had an interview booked with him a long time ago. And it never happened. I ain't gonna go through all of what happened and like the details of it, but just let's say it never happened. Okay, this is like maybe about 3 years ago, right? And I was salty. I ain't even gonna hold you. I was salty. Lorries. So as he continued to grow, as an objective, you know, media representative, you know, producer of media and content, I would never be the guy who, when he drops a new tune, be like, well, we're not putting that on our list, or we're not going to comment on it, or it's going to be trash just automatically. No. No matter how much salt running through my veins, I was never or ever going to be that guy. You know what I'm saying? If the shit is fire, I'll say it's fire. Even if I don't, you know, have the fondest things personally. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that I have anything personally against NorthSideBenji, you know what I'm saying? But there was salt running through my veins after that, because I don't really take that lightly when it comes to interviews. You know what I'm saying? I feel like we put a lot of work into it. It costs money to produce interviews. Like, don't ever get it twisted. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no interviews that we've done that are free. Okay, and I'm not saying we're paying the artist for the interviews. I'm talking about the cost of production. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's from myself, you know, rentals of the spaces that we use, production or post-production, you know what I'm saying? Whether it's editing cost, if I send it off to the homie Raheel for him to do the edit, or if it's like, there's just multiple costs. Camera, filming, you know what I'm saying? Everything has a cost. right? And if not from my pocket, then like my team got to pay for travel, for weed, all types of shit. So no interview is ever free, okay? We don't pay people for interviews, but our interviews cost money to do. That's why when it doesn't happen, I be taking that shit super serious. Because now I lost money and time. And time is something that you can't get back. You know what I'm saying? You know, thank God that we're in the position that when our guests aren't able to make it, that we can still pod and, you know, make great content with or without a guest. And that's by design, okay? You know, we really have a lot of fun interviewing people. It's a pleasure to interview local artists, international artists, a whole bunch of different people that we've had the pleasure to have conversations with, you know what I'm saying? Continued connections with afterwards. Like, I've made a lot of great relationships through doing this, you know what I mean? I've gotten to speak to a lot of people who I admire, who I look up to, who are in way bigger positions than we are, you know what I'm saying? Who I'm like, holy, you're gonna sit there and have an interview with us and not be like 10, 15 minutes, like we can talk for like an hour. I can ask you any fucking thing. That's blessed. You're a millionaire. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't have one or two of those. We have like dozens of interviews with people who are famous as fuck. You know what I'm saying? Trust me. So I take it really, really, really serious when it comes to doing this interview shit. You know what I'm saying? So anytime that I do have salt running through my veins, it's not for no light reason. There's never like some like small shit where it's like, oh, well, you know, Friday's just fucking emotional. No, fam. Man, them take this content game serious. Trust me. But nonetheless, we here now, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, to bring it full circle, I seen that NorthSideBenji started ramping up to do this album release. He started putting out music videos, starting with the one with with DJ Charlie B, 30,000 Feet. And I was like, wow, he's doing his thing. And I remember I did a screen record of him in Dubai on a yacht with a monkey. I was like, holy, like this nigga's like really, really, really going for this shit. Like, he's not coming back here. You know, he's not like the guys who, you know, I want to get into this rap game and then like they get tripped up along the way. And like, and I'm not saying this in any disrespectful way. I'm saying this in a really serious way. A lot of us get tripped up along the way, whether it's like incarceration, death. Like, a lot of rappers who have a lot of potential didn't get to make it this far. So when I see this, I remove the salt from my veins because I like to see our people win, our people being Canadians, you know what I mean? Not even a black or white thing. I mean Canadian talent. That's what we here for. But yeah, real shit. Like, I admire when, you know, guys stay focused, because I can relate as a retired rapper how serious the struggle is to really want to say, you know what, I'm going to make music, or I'm going to make money from my talent, from making music. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't ever get it twisted. That's a ballsy fucking move for anybody to try to do, to really go 100% and say, you know what? I'm not going to take a day job, and no disrespect to the people who take day jobs, because that's part of the process. If you need to make money to make a proper production, to make music that you could present to the people, you know what I'm saying? Even if it's down to not even having a music video, but just making sure the song has the right quality to it, so that you could present it to the public, and they won't say, okay, yeah, the song's good, but like the mix is trash. Like, no. All the different things that an artist has to do, there's a lot of sacrifice involved. So when somebody goes at it full on, like I'm talking about, like, take chances, like penitentiary chances, so that you could be a musician. Not penitentiary chances just so you could be rich. Like, I'm speaking from the perspective of an artist as well. right? Like I've taken a lot of penitentiary chances, like a lot of these guys who are in the game out here. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's not even just over here in Toronto, but like any motherfucker who came from any hood who's had to sell any fucking substance that hasn't been deemed legal at the moment. Okay? You got to be out there driving around, taking chances. You know what I'm saying? Dealing with people who you know, might snitch you out. You know, dealing with circumstances where people might rob you. I've been robbed before. Home invaded. You understand what I'm saying? Like, these are real things. And it's not like you're taking the money that you're making, which is like not no little money. You make a lot of money if you do the right things in the street. Okay? I've been there. But when you take that money and then you reinvest it into yourself, that means you really want to fucking do this shit. So anytime you hear any of these guys from the hood who have like not one or two music videos where they're just, you know, sending a shot at their ops, like no, like bodies of work, okay? That means they took a lot of chances before they got to an opportunity where, like, let's say a label will say, you know what, let's give you a chance and, you know, put some money behind you. Or, you know, before the label taps in, you were able to make the right investments so that now people see you, you're standing out, and you're now starting to make more money from music than you can make from the street, and you make that transition, okay? There's nothing fucking wrong with that. We ain't never gonna be the one standing on the soapbox saying, you're a fucking drug dealer. Remember when fucking the blonde shorty was trying to get at Jay-Z? He's a fucking former drug dealer. Da, da, da. Yeah, now he's a fucking billionaire who feeds a lot of people. Who gets people out of situations. You know what I'm saying? Who, when Meek Mill was dealing with his case, Hova came through and said, you know what? Let me fucking handle this shit, and got him out of the shit. The former crack dealer. So nobody's ever going to be out here judging any of the fucking people that are in this music game, that rap, that come from the street life. Because y'all love that shit too. Nobody or not nobody, but barely anybody ever wants to hear the happy rappers. They want to hear those struggle stories. They want to hear those fucking, oh, when you got locked up or when you shot at niggas and ray tay 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 tay. Okay? But for you to be able to get those stories, niggas gotta live that shit. It's not like motherfuckers is running out there trying to run to go live that. They survive it and live to tell the story, and now we get to listen to it over a fire beat. So you gotta, when that shit happens and a motherfucker's making it out, you gotta support it. You know what I'm saying? Especially if the music slaps. If the music's trash, then throw it in the garbage. Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? But if it slaps, support it. Okay? So, big up to NorthSideBenji. You know what I'm saying? He dropped a fucking fire album. I'm feeling it. There ain't no more fucking salt in my veins, my guy. That's for sure.